All right, what's good everyone? Today I'm gonna be covering the 3 exercises that I do pretty much every single day throughout the day. This video is going to be really short, so if you enjoyed this video and if you've been enjoying the videos I put out, please show some love, like, and subscribe if you are new, so that way it can push out to more people and more people can see the video. All right, exercise number 1. These are exercises, honestly the first 2 exercises that I'm going to put right here are exercises that I do in the morning. I always do them when I wake up, and then I'll do them sometimes in the afternoon and usually when I go to bed. But most of the time I'm doing these in the morning. Exercise number 1 is a combination of 2. It's the downward dog into a cobra. So this is like all these exercises are active mobility. The downward dog, as I get into this exercise, typically what I like to do is I like to pedal in the downward dog. So like honestly, I'm attuning to my body, and that's what each exercise I'm doing. I'm just listening to my body, seeing if like my back might be tight in one area, then I'll stay there and kind of pedal my feet. As you can see, I'm pedaling my feet here in the downward dog, and I'm really lengthening my spine, really feeling this out for myself, and then I'll go into the cobra. So I'll consistently do this, downward dog into cobra, just back and forth for about 10 to 12 reps or until I feel comfortable. This exercise overall just warms up my whole body. That's why I like to do it in the morning. Exercise number 2 is the 90 by 90, one of my favorite exercises for my hip flexors. My hip flexors have always been tight, and especially when you wake up in the morning, you'll probably notice that like the main things that are tight are like your neck, your upper back, your body, especially your hip flexors. These are things that are common because as we're sleeping throughout the night for 7-8 hours, you know, we're in one position sometimes, so that gets all cramped up and tight. So the 90 by 90 is something I like to do in the morning. I'll just put my hands behind myself, sit my body upright, put my legs at a 90-degree angle. So they're both at a 90-degree angle. My knees are touching the floor. That's really important. I have a lot of these in the programs that I offer. You can find those, a shameless plug, you can find those in the link below, Calisthenic Programs I offer. But the 90 by 90 is just a great overall exercise. So my knees are touching the floor, and then I rotate my knees to the opposite side as they're still touching the floor. So I'm going back and forth. This is probably the easiest progression to start off with and the hardest for many, because just to get your knees to touch the floor, you can try this right now. It's honestly a challenge, and many notice that like, whoa, I can't even touch my knees to the floor. So like my range is kind of short already, but that's totally fine. You can go to your mobility range. You know, if you can't even go all the way to the ground, maybe you just go a quarter of the way and you just battle back and forth in the air there. A way you can kind of advance this to a harder progression is standing up. So this is what I personally like to do. I'm at this stage right now where instead of just going knee to knee on the floor, what I'll do is I'll start with my knees on the floor at a 90-degree angle, and then I'll let my hands off the floor. So I'm not using my hands anymore. I'm physically now have to my hip flexors have to physically push my body up to the sky, and you can even see I'm kind of pushing my arms to the side. This is kind of just like, I feel comfortable doing that. It's like an angle kind of thing, putting my arms aside. I don't even know if it's like specific to it, but I like just how I'm twisting my body kind of in the rotation. I like to add that as well. So this is honestly the cool thing about the exercises that I'm showing you. You can make it your own. You can add whatever you want to it. Just listen to your own body and adapt in that way. But this is such a great way, and you'll see when I'm doing this 90 by 90 and I'm standing up to the top, physically, like my hip flexors like screaming, like they're strengthening through this motion where I'm like picking myself up. So it's great, and then I go back and forth. I'll do this for about 5 reps on each side, so a total of 10 in all, but then again, it's 5 on each side. And last but not least, honestly, my favorite of all the 3 is the dead hang and the scap raise. These are kind of like 1 and 2, but the dead hang in general. So I don't have a pull-up bar at my home, but I have in my basement like a wood kind of plank above on the ceiling, and it's literally perfect. Like I'll grab onto this wood plank every morning, and throughout the day, I do this multiple times throughout the day, especially if I'm sitting in the car for like a while, or if I'm just like sitting down for too long editing or something like that. Or even on my phone, like I'll go downstairs and I'll grab onto this like plank of wood, and then I'll lift my body off the ground. That's important. Like my body is not on the ground anymore. My feet are not on the ground, as you can see from this angle. And then I'm simply just pushing my head forward. So as I get onto like say a pull-up bar and my feet get off the ground, the act of simply pushing my head forward, I feel a great release within my spine, and it kind of decompresses my spine, elongates myself, and just hanging from this position. Now, you don't only have to just hang from this position. What you can also do is a scap raise. So your scapula is in the back. It's kind of like a scap pull-up. As I'm here, I'm just shrugging my shoulders down. Simply shrugging my shoulders down, pulling my scaps kind of to my hips. And that's a great way to even warm up your lats. But I'm going through this, a great way to just warm up your body, your upper body in general. So this honestly is one of my favorite just because it feels amazing. Just being able to hang here. I mean, I'm also working on grip too, but the act of hanging and, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, elongating our spine. Pretty sure that's the correct term, elongating our spine out, even as we go to sleep and we're sleeping for 7-8 hours, or we're sitting down at work, sitting down in the car or on our phone, whatever we're doing. The art of just hanging from a bar, hanging from something is so beneficial. And there you have it. Those are 3 exercises that I pretty much do every single day. Like I said, this video was gonna be very, very short, but I really just wanted to cover these 3 exercises that benefit myself, whether that's from a longevity aspect or just from an aspect of noticing where I'm weak at, which are my hip flexors, my upper back, and how these exercises are benefiting me throughout my day, even when I'm sitting, or if I feel uncomfortable with my upper back, or I know that I'm sleeping and I wake up and I need to wake my body up and do a couple exercises. These are the exercises that I primarily stick to. These are my core 3. Yes, I throw in a few here and there, but these are the most important to myself. And I hope this video has given you some value in some way, and it has. Throw that like down and subscribe to your boy. I appreciate you. More videos are coming soon. Much love. See you in the next one. Peace.